guys, Dr. Andy here. Today I want to talk about thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? Thoracic outlet syndrome is something that we see a lot in our office, and it is very commonly misdiagnosed as carpal tunnel syndrome, okay? And here's the reason why. You a lot of times get pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands, okay? In a previous video, we actually showed you where you get numbness with carpal tunnel syndrome or where it could be something else, okay? So the important thing I want you to remember is that if you have real carpal tunnel syndrome where the problem is being caused right here at the wrist, you are gonna get symptoms here. Thumb, pointer, and middle fingers, okay? So if you have any symptoms in your pinkies or your ring fingers, you don't have carpal tunnel syndrome, okay? And I can't tell you, most of the time when we're dealing with those symptoms, we are actually dealing with thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? So let me kind of explain what that is and what's going on, all right? So the nerves that go down into these hands, they come out the front of your neck right here. A little different from the rest of your body. The rest of the body, the nerves are coming out the back, right? But in the neck, it's coming out the front, okay? And it goes down underneath your collarbone in front of your shoulders, and then these nerves go down into your entire hand. Again, so if you have symptoms in your entire hand, it could be coming from thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? And the big cause of that is when we lose the good posture, right? So great posture is up like this, head held high, neck upright and back, shoulders upright and back, okay? When you have great posture, think of like a ballerina, right? Perfect posture. There's all of this extra room for these nerves to flow down into these hands, right? Nothing's at risk of getting pinched, okay? Instead, what? There's so many of us that work at a desk, and instead of having that nice, perfect posture, what do? We slouch away all day long like this, and you can imagine all of this time spent like this. What's going wrong, okay, or what's going on? The muscles in the back are getting weak. Your shoulders are rolling forward as these muscles in the front get too tight, so we get tightness in the front, weakness in the back, the shoulders roll forward. Same thing with the neck. The muscles in the neck get tight in the front and then a little too weak in the back, so you're not holding yourself upright, okay? And when that happens, all of this room that the nerves had to flow down into the hands and not get pinched, right? It's like a vice, and it gets compressed down, and all of the tension coming forward and all these muscle spasms, they actually pinch the nerves going down underneath the shoulder blade, in front of the shoulder joint, and down into the hands. And that is very common how we get thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? And usually these patients, what they'll notice first is they'll wake up with it maybe in the middle of the night, or the other big one is they'll notice it when they're like on their phone, when they're reading a book, when they're driving, because all of these postures actually accentuate and make that problem worse. So if you have thoracic outlet syndrome and you notice, or if you have numbness and tingling in the hands, and you notice it's made worse by certain positions, like driving, like playing on our phone all day, or reading a book, or reading and writing, right? Any kind of posture where you're kind of coming forward like this and you notice that the symptoms get worse, there's a huge possibility that you have thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? Great news is there's a lot we can do about it for you, okay? So if you are worried that you have thoracic outlet syndrome, go ahead and make an appointment. We can do a great exam for you. So if you have any questions, just send them our way. Ask them when you're in here, and always remember to live with passion and not pain.